I'm Kristal Hart, and we are at the Apollo Theater in Harlem, New York, where Jake Paul and Mike Tyson announced their upcoming fight that takes place Saturday, July 20th. It's at the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, and it'll be broadcast live on Netflix. And in the co-main event, we have Katie Taylor going up against Amanda Serrano, and this is the rematch. Once again, Saturday, July 20th, and it'll be live on Netflix. The Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul boxing match was postponed because Tyson experienced an ulcer flare-up on a flight which required him to limit his training. The new date is November 15th.
My name is Ariel.
And who do you have, Jake Paul or Mike Tyson?
I got Mike. Mike is going to win that fight, 100%.
And why?
He's just powerful. He's more stronger, he's more powerful. He has more knowledge. He got it. 100%.
Okay.
Mike, I'd be remiss if I don't start with you, my man. Living legend, who would have thought you fighting on Netflix in a fight that spans 4 generations? It's an unbelievable thing. Can you explain to the public, explain to the world why this intrigued you, why you ultimately said yes to a fight against Jake Paul?
Well, it was a no-brainer. It was just, he was the new up-and-coming guy in the scene, and I like shaking the sports world to its core, and I'm doing it now. It's just something I want to do.
And so there has been a lot of talk about your age and the age difference between you two. Yeah. What do you say to the critics? What do you say to the detractors? What do you say to the people who are saying, frankly, you are too old to be fighting a guy who's 28?
Well, I'm beautiful. That's all I can say.
That's good enough for us. You do look to be in great shape. How is the training camp going? Because we see the 30-second clips with Rafael Cordero and your whole team, but could you give us a little more insight into how things are going?
I'm doing great, but my body is shit right now. I'm sore. Yeah, I'm really sore.
I think you're playing possum.
No, I wish.
Well, you look to be in fantastic shape, and it's great to see you up here.
You.
Jake, how hard was it to put this fight together, to get him to agree to fight you? It sounds like he was game from the jump, but how hard was it?
Yeah, no, he was game. I think he's always wanted to do this. This has been a long time coming. We've been calling each other out for years, and we finally got to make it happen on Netflix, to the biggest platform in the world, and things just keep on getting bigger and better. The co-main event, I mean, this is quite literally history that we're looking at right here, and Mike wanted this. Mike wanted it to be a pro fight. He wants the war, and so I respect that. I respect them for taking this fight, for stepping up to try to put an end to me. Because that's what all these fighters have been trying to do, is end the YouTuber. And if Mike can do that, then he's a hero.
Is that the goal here? Are you trying to put an end to Jake Paul?
No, I really like Jake a lot, but once he's in that ring, he has to fight like his life is dependent on it, because it will be.
The sentiment seems to be that, Jake. Every person that I speak to who's around kind of my age says, I hope Mike Tyson, for lack of a better word, beats you the hell up, right? I mean, just like completely ends your boxing career. Do you sense that sentiment from the public as well?
For sure, I think it's 50-50, I truly believe that there's a lot of people who, see me as an arrogant asshole, which I can be sometimes, but I'm just having fun and entertaining the world, and I do think that the older generation wants people to see Mike knock me out, but at the end of the day, I also have the kids, the middle schoolers, the high schoolers, the college students rooting for me and want to see me and Mike.
What about this deal with Netflix? How did this come about? Unprecedented, never before. This is their first entry into the world of live combat sports. How did you and Nikisa get it done?
Yeah, look, it's most valuable promotions that have been changing the game since we came into the promotional business, and we just continue to level up and do things differently and see gaps in the market that no one else has identified. And we wanted to work with Netflix. They liked the idea and see the vision in what we're building, what type of events we can put on. And this is quite literally the biggest fight of the 21st century because of the fact that it's Mike Tyson versus me, but also the fact that it's in 700 million households, Netflix, for free for everyone who's a subscriber to watch.
Thank you, tremendous stuff, and of course the media and the fans in attendance will have an opportunity to talk to these gentlemen, so have no fear. I do want to ask a question or two to the champ, Katie Taylor, the pride of Ireland. Always great to be in your presence and looking forward to your return. This is such an interesting fight because, the hardcores, Katie, at first weren't quite sure what to make of it all. And then you and Amanda got put in the co-main event slot and everyone was like, wow, how did this happen? what an incredible opportunity for you guys in women's boxing. How did it reach your doorstep? How did this all come about?
Well, I just got a phone call from my manager, Brian, a few weeks ago saying I was going to be on the same card as Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, and this is just a dream for me. I think last year my family had said to me, what do I want to do before I retire? Is there anything I want to achieve in the sport? And or anybody who I'd want to meet. And one of the things I said is I'd love to meet Mike Tyson, and here he is beside me, an icon of the sport, a legend of the sport, and this is just incredible.
She has a friend of mine, one of my pigeon friends in Ireland, named Kevin McKinley, is a good friend of hers. He would come to say hi to her.
Wow, is this the first time you guys meet?
Yeah.
Wow, these are two legends in their own right, meeting for the first time on the dais of the card that you're both going to be competing in.
And he's just you're a legend and icon of the sport. And I grew up, I fell in love with the sport in the 90s, and that Mike Tyson was the biggest name of boxing during that time. He was ferocious. It's super exciting to watch, and he's a real historian as well. I love your knowledge of boxing. I love listening to you speaking, and I just cannot believe that I'm sitting next to Mike Tyson right now. I'm pinching myself.
Thank you.
You know, Mike, there was once a time where Katie had to dress up as a boy because being a youngster in Ireland, women's boxing wasn't allowed. That's how determined, that's how much she wanted this, and now here she is on this platform.
That's why she has the belt.
Yeah, that's right. Now, of course, this fight is at 140 pounds. How do you feel at this weight? You got the big win over Chantel Cameron, you avenged the loss, as opposed to your more traditional 135-pound weight.
Yeah, I feel really good at this weight. I think it's lots of women fighters do go up and down the weights, and so I do feel very, very strong this weight. The last fight myself and Amanda fought, it was an epic fight. It was an iconic fight. It was in front of 20,000 people in Madison Square Garden, and it felt like the whole of Puerto Rico and Ireland were there in the stadium during that night. Now we get to do it again in front of 100,000 people. This is amazing for the sport, live on Netflix. Just thank you so much to MVP for giving us this opportunity. This is absolutely iconic.
It surely is. So let's talk to your opponent now, the pride of New York and Puerto Rico, who I have to say, of all the fits up here, Amanda, I love the Patrick Ewing jersey that you are rocking. Let's go Knicks, baby. Big game tomorrow night, but massive fight for you on July 20th. First, the last time we saw you, a heartbreaking scene, I know, in Puerto Rico. Could you tell us, how are you feeling? Any issues with the eye anymore?
No, I'm 100% fine. It was the eyelid, it wasn't the eyeball, so I'm completely fine. So I'm good, and ready to go July 20th. I want to thank everybody, MVP, my trainer, Jordan Maldonado, Netflix, everybody, even Katie Taylor's team, for making this happen. You know, I'm super excited. We're going to be fighting in Jerry's World, so I'm excited, and I can't wait till July 20th. I'll become a two-division undisputed champion. What can I say?
Puerto Rico! Yes, and the press, I'm getting to you. Don't worry, I know you're not just here to hear me ask these great people questions, but I did want to ask you this question because that fight on April 30th, 2022, you know, I think March 8, 1971 is maybe the most iconic date in the history of MSG boxing. That's Ali Frazier won. I think what you guys did on April 30th, 2022 is up there. That's one of the greatest scenes that I've ever been able to witness and experience. And I felt like over time we were moving further and further away from the rematch because you were doing your thing at 126 and the 3-minute rounds, and now she's at 140. And so was there a point where you thought you may never get a chance to avenge that loss to Katie?
I think it was always going to happen because Katie's and my name is always going to be attached to each other no matter what. And I'm glad to be a part of this, to be alongside with Katie Taylor. You know, she's a great champion. But we're going to go out there and prove to the world that we deserve this platform, we deserve the pay that we're getting, and that women can fight. And we're going to give, I think, a better fight, the rematch, because now she knows how to lose. I don't like losing. We both don't want to lose, so we're going to go out there and give it our all. And it's truly an honor. I want to say, I never thought that I would be saying I was fighting on a co-main event with Mike Tyson. It's truly, both these men up here truly inspire me in my sport. Jake obviously is my manager, and he's helped me completely change my life, my career. So I am truly honored to be on this card.
Amazing stuff. If you happen to be a new fan of the sport of boxing and you didn't see their first fight on April 30th, 2022, please do yourself a favor before July 20th and watch that first fight. One of the greatest fights, men or women, that I have ever seen. Incredible stuff. And if the rematch is even half as good, we are in for something special. All right,
Yes,
let's take
sir.
some questions from the media. You're up first.
Ryan Beck-Vikian, House of Highlights. Jake, what do you say to people who say you're not good enough to box against a boxing legend? And Mike, what do you say to people who say you're too old to be fighting?
Why don't we start with Mike? Go ahead.
I think the people that said that wish they were up here. So no one else can do it. Who else can do this? Who else can shut the sporting world down? No one else can do it. So he got the both of us, and we're gonna do this, and we're friends. There's no doubt we're friends, but in that ring, we're not gonna be friends. That's just what it is.
Yeah, a lot of people are doubting me. You know, I go onto the Instagram comments and I see them all saying, if Jake wins this fight, it's rigged because of how incredible he looks. Age doesn't matter. Age is just a number. He's a killer. He's a warrior. He's been doing this his whole entire life. So it's second nature to him. I've been doing this for 4 years, and I've been doing it at a super high level. But on July 20th, I'm going to show the world that I can outbox Mike Tyson, prove everyone wrong, and show that I will be the one doing the killing.
By the way, how much you weigh these days?
I'm heavy. Big boy. 230s.
Damn. All right. That's more than usual. Keith? Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks, Aaron. My question, Keith Idek from Boxing News. My question is for Mike and for Jake. There seems to be some discrepancy as to who wanted the modified rules with the bigger gloves, shorter rounds. Could both of you address that?
I wanted to shoot around because I wanted more action. We only have 2 minutes. We'll fight more.
It's
going to
be
more action.
It's going to be a firefight. More punches, and it's going to be a sprint in there. So I think it's more entertaining for the fans.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of sprints because I saw him doing a lot of running. I've been doing a lot of sprints.
Well, now you guys get a taste of the medicine the girls go through.
But I will say that a couple weeks after the contract was signed, we got a call from Mike's team. They were like, hey, he wants it to be a pro fight for sure. He wants that. He wants to put it all on the line. And so I respect Mike for that. And if he wanted it to be that, then let's run it.
By the way, Mike, I wanted to ask you about something Jake tweeted earlier today. He said, last time I saw Mike was 2 months ago. He was chill. Rumor is he's not so chill now. No weed, eating raw meat. Let's see today. Is that an accurate assessment of where you're at? Are you not so chill?
I'm pretty chill right now.
Yeah, you seem pretty chill.
Pretty chill.
Yeah, all right. Let's keep going. Go ahead.
Saquon Jones with the Boxing Voice. This is a question for Amanda, but let me say that I was at the Madison Square Garden with Amanda and Katie, and that was basically WWE. I've never seen anything like that. The atmosphere, everything is great, and I do commend you ladies for putting on a great show. Amanda, you're coming up almost like 14 pounds. Can you talk about how much that weight is going to affect you going into this fight?
Listen, everyone knows I'm the featherweight champion, unified featherweight champion. I've said it many times. Anything over that, it's hard for me. Obviously, 135, I couldn't make it, but for the opportunity to fight Katie Taylor, I took the fight. Now the same thing, 140. Her team said, gotta do it at 140. I really want the fight. The fight is for the fans. So greatness requires sacrifice. So once again, I'm sacrificing my body. I'm sacrificing everything to go up 3 divisions. The last time was 2 divisions. I believe I won. I hurt Katie. I think going up another division, I can do the same thing. My power is gonna come with me, and it's just this is a great opportunity for both of us, and it is what it is. I just gotta eat more.
How are you gonna put on that weight? Where are you gonna put it, first of all? Like, how are you gonna put that weight on?
We got perversion going on here.
I'm a Latina, so I get to eat a lot more rice.
And it is worth noting, 7-time or 7-division champion, current unified featherweight champion. So she knows a thing or two about moving weight classes. Are we going over here? Yep, there we go.
Oh, shit.
Hi, I'm Sean Rizwan, and my question is for all the fighters. During your respective camps, did you have a go-to pump-up song? During your respective camps, did you guys have any go-to pump-up songs?
What did he say?
Did you have any go-to pump-up songs during your camp? Do you have any songs that you like to listen to pump you up?
Funeral music, okay?
What about you, Katie?
Same as Mike, actually.
it's crazy because I've been listening to funeral music too.
Wow. Okay. Make it 4 for 4, funeral music too?
Yes, that's
Wow.
what it is.
They're all in sync. Tremendous.
Hi, I'm Kristal Hart, and we are at the Fanatics Fest at the Jacob Javits Center in New York City. And this is Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. This is the second press conference, and the fight is to take place November 15th at the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, and live on Netflix.
All right, Mike, it's an honor to be on the stage with you. You're a legend, but let's get right to the chase. Is this fight happening or not?
It's happening. We're all here.
How prepared are you to knock Jake Paul out?
I'm very prepared. I'm very prepared. I had a small adversity. I got sick, but I'm better. I feel good.
Jake, bro, you got money. You have fame. You've knocked out folks already. What would possess you to fight the most vicious man in the world?
Making history. This is what it's all about for me, man. I'm a kid from Ohio. Hey, New York, shut the New York. Hey, boo yourselves. Boo yourselves, New York. Hey, New York, New York, New York, you're just like Mike Tyson. You were good 20 years ago. Dumbass Democratic City.
Mike, you were used to being the most hated guy walking into a ring. What's it like fighting someone that's hated even more than you are?
I don't know. Say that again. That's interesting.
I said what? So this guy, right, he comes out, he gets all the boos. You used to be the bad guy of boxing. Now you're fighting the bad guy of boxing. How important is it to you to prove that you should still be in the ring?
Hey, listen, I'm just ready. I'm just ready. You know, I'm going to do my talk, and I'm going to talk my shit, but I'm ready to fight.
So Mike says he's ready to fight, Mike. Let's think about this, Jake. You're coming off of knocking out Mike Perry, right? He was the bare knuckle champion. He was a guy who showed you respect, but I don't think people really understand what it took to knock him out. What does fighting Mike Tyson and winning do for you at this stage?
They'll never give me credit. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. If I was walking on water, they would say it's because I couldn't swim. And this is to make history. You know, people think I'm going to get knocked out by this strong, powerful guy. All the people in my comments saying, look at his power, he's going to get KO'd. People are yelling at me in the event. But what happens when I put this man to sleep? This shit is not a joke. He's saying that it's going to be my funeral. He's saying it's going to be my wake. He's going to kill Jake Paul, all of these things. And that's why I love Mike, I respect him, but we're not friends anymore. Until November 15th, I'm knocking this. And we're going to see who's dead. We will see who's dead. We will see who's dead, Mike. We will. We will.
Hey,
Mike, when you hear Jake Paul say, though, we're going to see who's dead, what does that do to you? Does that make you put yourself in the mindset of understanding that this young killer wants to take you out?
is he really a young killer?
Yeah, you had to go on your little menopause break and postpone the fight, so yeah. What about that, dog? I was ready before. You needed a little break. Your tummy hurt? Your tummy hurt still?
I feel a lot better now. I feel a lot better.
Was your break to you were you truly sick, or were you a little nervous about getting in the ring with Jake Paul?
I was terrified. I was terrified.
When when you are truly trying to show people that you care about boxing, you've put in the work, you've fought professional boxers, you've fought mixed martial artists, you've knocked them out, you've shown people that you take this craft seriously, but you bring Mike Tyson to add validity to what you're doing, and he's sitting here laughing at you.
I didn't bring him to do. I'm here to make $40 million and knock out a legend. I don't give a anything else, and he's the one that wanted it to be a pro fight, so he's gonna get his knocked out for real, on a real record. You're gonna see on BoxRec, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Jake Paul KOs Mike Tyson. I'm not here to do besides make a bag.
Mike, you were the youngest heavyweight champion of all time. The most vicious. You were a guy that carried these sorts of press conferences. Now, where you are in your life, beloved by so many of these people are here for you. Why at this stage would you step into the ring again?
I don't know. That's a funny question because I can. Who else can do it but me? Let's look at it. Who else is he gonna fight to make this happen? Listen, you just have to listen to the fact. We got a YouTuber fighting the greatest fighter that ever lived.
Jake, when you...
Every time these fighters sit across from me and it's YouTuber, it's Disney Channel, all that, and then you end up on the canvas and you'll see, it's gonna be no different here, I promise you that.
Jake, he says that you need him, that the reason this room is full like this is because of Mike Tyson. You started Most Valuable Promotions 3 years ago. Now you're partnering with Netflix. Over 270 million subscribers can watch this fight. What does it say about what you've been able to build?
I brought this deal to this old ass. We signed the contract with Netflix and I brought him the deal. So you're welcome, my son. I'm gonna discipline you like a son. So shut up with all that need this, need that. We brought you the deal, and remember that too.
But Mike, he's saying he brought you the deal, but you feel like the deal needed you. That Mike Tyson had to be a part of this in order for this room to be filled this way at Fanatics Fest, in Hudson Yard, in New York. So the disrespect coming from this dude, how does that make you feel? Like, when does this turn into you to stop liking Jake Paul and just want to knock Jake Paul the out?
I don't know. He amazes me.
Throughout your professional boxing career, Dana White of the UFC has continued to be negative, has continued to denigrate your name. He says you're taking this fight only to continue to puff up the YouTuber sort of image of yours. What are your thoughts about that?
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. It's cute. Cute little crowd we got here. At the end of the day, people are always gonna have something to say. It's because of who I am. It's because I proved everyone wrong. Reminder, the most hated and most criticized boxer in the sport of boxing before they loved him was Muhammad Ali. So I'm the anti-hero, and people will love me soon enough once they realize what I've done for this sport and who I truly am. But it doesn't bother me at the end of the day, because when you're at the top, people are clawing to rip you down, and that's just the way the game goes.
But in order to start to say that, to say the most hated, the most criticized before me was Muhammad Ali, what does that say about what you need to do on November 15th? If Mike Tyson knocks you out at this age, with this level of inactivity, your career could be over. This is taking a chance to fight somebody as vicious as Mike can be.
You gotta risk it for the biscuit. That's the name of the game. I'm here to make history. I'm here for a challenge. I'm here to fight one of the most dangerous men in all of boxing. No one that ever did anything great got there with ease or by a easy, non-bumpy road. I'm here to challenge myself. He's vicious. He's a killer. I know all of these things. He has one punch knockout power. He's the greatest heavyweight of all time. But I will prove on November 15th, all the haters wrong, all of these YouTuber hillbillies wrong. And that's what I've always done.
Mike,
I love it. I love it.
Mike, in one of the most vicious fighters of all time, fighting what you said, quote unquote, was a YouTuber, how do you see this fight playing out?
Very painfully.
Do you think he's ever stood across from a man with the sort of intentions you can have inside a ring?
Well, he may have been in the ring with people with the same intention, but the actuality, no.
Does that in any way, you talked about him being able to knock people out. You say you got to risk it for the biscuit. How much, is there any level of fear stepping into the ring with an icon like Mike Tyson?
Oh, I'm not scared. Sorry, I'm not scared of shit. No, not at all. Not at all. I was born for this. I was born for this moment. The universe told me this was gonna happen. You can ask Mike. I did ayahuasca, called him up and said, we're gonna fight on the biggest stage possible. It's destiny. And now here we are years later actually making it happen. I was made for this moment, born to do this, and I'm gonna put on the performance of a lifetime on November 15th, and the universe will align for all of its glory and good for God.
Be in shape, be in good shape, because your health depends on it.
Hey, you're the one that wanted 8 2-minute rounds. You want to make it 10 threes? Don't talk to me about shape. Don't talk to me about shape.
Stay in shape, all right?
You want 10 threes?
Okay.
You want 10 threes?
Let's go, be careful.
You want 10 threes?
And I'm Kristal Hart reporting from New York City. Hope you've enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the fights.